Hello everyone, welcome to Nintendo Everything. I'm Tom, and here's a guide for the True Arena in Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. And I wanted to make this guide because this is a difficult unlock that you get after beating the campaigns of both EX mode and regular mode and Magolor's epilogue. Going into True Arenas, usually they're really difficult and a true test of metal, but I think this one is pretty easy in comparison if you know how to play the True Arena, and that's kind of what this guide's for. And the most important thing to know is you got to pick sand. So that's what I do here. And with sand, the new ability, it's kind of broken, and there's other abilities that are pretty broken. Leaf is another good one. Tornado is a good one, but sand, I think, one, it's new, and two, there's a few specific reasons I like it. And one is being it's kind of easy input. Like, you don't have to get used to it like you do Tornado, even though Tornado you're invincible for a long time. So anyway, you pick sand. I end up getting Metal General EX, who's relatively easy, and you'll see immediately the first important thing about sand is when you hold R to block, you become absolutely invincible and nothing can hurt you. Now, you can't move or dodge, but why would you if no one can hurt you? So that's one of the big reasons why sand is so good. The second reason sand is so good is this sandcastle attack. As you can see, I get like a couple pot shots on Metal General EX before he gets his rocket. You have to hold down, then up, then B to perform that move. So it deals a good amount of damage, and it's relatively simple to pull off, but it is a little bit more complicated than just holding up and B. So down, up, then B. And there's a little rhythm you'll have to get used to, and I mess up a few times here. That's another thing. I'm not that good at this game, and this video is proof that if you want to beat this mode, you can, and take no hits on Metal General EX like I just did here, because you could just hold R and become invincible. So next up, this one also is relatively simple. You get up close and you sandcastle, and this is your test of sandcastle. This is the most important sandcastle one, and whenever he moves his mouth, you'll want to just get into your ball, get into your sand shield. You definitely don't want to be sucked up into this. I don't think I am on this one, but I've done it before. Because the worst thing that can happen that will end this run is you lose sand. So the run ender, I think it's really hard to like ever be counted out in True Arena if you have sand. But without sand, if you do lose the power up, then you might as well give up. You might as well start over and try again without losing sand. This next one, I hate this boss because it tests my patience in a way that I don't have time for. I don't like Fatty Puffer. I see I let it like walk into me because I'm over it. I'm just getting beat up. But sand is so strong, you can afford to make some mistakes. Obviously not too many, but you don't have to play perfectly to do this run. You see, like that wasn't optimal, but you don't take any damage. But you do want to make sure that when you come back out of your shield, no one is there, no hitbox is there, because you will get hurt if there is a hitbox. So you kind of have to wait till the boss moves out of your way. But like this attack, you used to have to dodge, and now you don't. You just hold R. And is this cheesy? Yes. This is you read the title. We're cheesing this a bit. We're making this a bit easier, so you don't have to think as hard. Is this that hard if you played it straight with just no power up? Probably at the end of the day, no, it's Kirby, but why would you want to do that? Have some fun with this new power up sand. It's busted. We got Mr. Dooter EX here. Lovely guy. Very easy fight. I do get hit unnecessarily in this fight. But Sandcastle just obliterates him. When he's starting up his juggle, it's such a slow animation that you just can kind of Sandcastle him until he's half health. Now, Sandcastle is a little slow to come up and also to actually perform. And so on a move like up B, just the regular up B, is where I'll use that a lot too. Like this. Okay, that's stupid. I don't know why I got grabbed with that. You can just hold R, and I was just being greedy, and I didn't hold R. This is another great thing about up B, is it's continuous damage for all projectiles too. So it actually, if bosses are throwing things at you, which we'll see later, just the regular up B is very powerful. As you can see, like, I'm so confident, even though I'm low health. Sand is so good, you can just kind of keep going. And sometimes just play it safe, right? Like I wasn't doing before. Just jump, just wait a tick, jump over the guy. You'll be fine. Also, the Sand Power-Up's regular B move has an insane amount of range too, and vertical range, and it comes out so fast. This is good. I usually like to stay in just the right corner, and so neither can get you. But watch out for that jaw chomp move, because he can grab you and you have to fight your way out and you can lose your power. I'm cutting it a little close on the health here, but as you can see, I was still a few hits away. This one's actually kind of tough because the Hammer Bro and the King Do team up on you, and they're kind of frustrating. King Do especially. So I'm playing this Gigant Edge very safe because he has a lot of moves that just kind of come out, and then he'll do another move right afterwards. No, I'm gonna just try to knock out Bonkers immediately, and look at this, what Sandcastle does. It gets him out before I can even get hit. But I just suck against King Do. Look at that. The worst thing could happen there, which is losing your power up. Luckily, I get it back. But I am just getting creamed. This is probably some of the most damage I take the entire run is from King Do. Because I'm not that good at the game, you know? This is relatively... I kind of rushed through EX mode to unlock this. I haven't got that good at the game yet. Okay, so Goriath, he's got some interesting techniques with sands that you want to make sure you're aware of. First, get to the right wall, because that's where he's going to end up after he jumps around. And you can look at that. Up B, this is where you want to just do normal up B. Sandcastle can't reach quite that high, and you can hit him for a lot. And drop an extra Sandcastle on him. This attack, yeah, I just kind of dodge regularly. You can just hold R. If you ever see me dodging regularly, holding R is just as good. Now here's a problem. You're gonna lose your ability to be invincible when you fall, so you have to hold R and do like an air dodge right before you pass through him, so you don't get hit. This is the one boss fight where Invincible isn't completely and utterly invincible because he can break through the floor. But as you can see, you get on the left side this time. And you just open and vulnerable for your up B. So okay, this is one of the easiest one because of sand. Sphere Doomers, all the Doomers, sand it kind of deletes because they rest above you, so you can easily just up B and just hit them. And they usually will throw, and we'll see it, some energy balls or something at you that up B also deflects. So, and then you just use R to your heart's content when you feel a little bit in danger. Like here, I don't risk it. I'll just stay in. I know he does this little juke move here, the Doomer. I just do the little see how that ball gets deflected and hit back at them. It does a lot of damage. It's pretty cool. And this last one, you again just abuse R with this last one. There's no reason not to. This one will kind of dive bomb into you with these attacks. Okay, well, hold R at the last second, and it's like a frame. Like your shield comes out immediately, so you don't even have to be that good timing wise. You can almost react and not have to memorize the patterns too much. You know, you just get under. Controls stay the same. You're just your directions. So just up B. Done. I love. It's a sigh of relief when I see a Doomer boss just like this one. You see, I don't even think about health. Just move on. Next Doomer, please. No one can out-doom me. So yeah, Grand Doomer. It's just one, so in a lot of ways it's easier. But, you know, there's some things that are tricky that I'll point out. Like this. You want to get rid of that ball. You can stop attacking because that ball will shoot you. And whenever I don't shoot that ball, I get hit by it. Once it explodes. But yeah, I mean, look how easy that... You don't even think... Don't waste your energy dodging when you could just hold R. That's kind of how I feel about that. Again, every time he's charging up and roaring on the corner above you, it's free damage. Done. I think that one's even easier than the last one. Okay, we got the dragon quadruplets. And this one has two phases. This first phase, Landia, I like to play very protective and safe because the first phase, for some reason, is harder than the second phase when the amount of attacks. So I get a few sandcastles in, but I just dodge. I just guard. Like here, I know this little spin move's coming. I'm just gonna guard. I'll get way more damage in on the second phase because the second phase is easier for some reason. But again, sandcastle when you can because it does more damage. But here we are, the second phase. When they all like break apart and get more vulnerable. Again, I'm just using B, regular B. I don't know why. I could do sandcastle, but I wasn't. You don't need to, you know. And now here I'm being extra safe. Just gonna let them get out from on top of me because if I drop my shield, I'll get hurt there. Here I start sandcastling, and then if you're just patient with sand, it's kind of hard to lose. Okay, the fiery. So from now on, after Landia, you're gonna get a second set. So it's always gonna kind of first 10 and then the last 11 are gonna be their own set of bosses. You're never gonna get Fiery Puffer in the first 10, and these are all like second versions or secret final bosses. So this is a second version of the Puffer EX, and I play this one a little more patiently than the last one. Again, just hold R. Sandcastle. Look how much damage that does. Hold R when the fire comes out. Boom. I mean, that was like... It's simple. You can do it. You can beat True Arena. If you want 100% this game, you have to. Okay. This is definitely my worst performance, I think, in this run. Or maybe King Doo is up there as well. But Hydriath, I kind of struggled with this one because I forgot which sides he kind of hangs out on when he stops jumping walls, because that's where you want to be. I was right on this first one though, because if you're under him when he's hanging out on the wall and throwing the bubbles, you can just unload and take out half his health. But if you don't, if you're on the wrong side, that's like a whole cycle that you're gonna miss. Again, I get a little cocky here, but there's slippery ice. I forgot about that, and I almost lose sand. Luckily, I don't. So yeah, he's going to break the floor. I need to do this air dodge, and it's kind of tough to time. That's probably one of the harder things to do in this. And now I go to the wrong side here. So I miss out on a bunch of damage, and this is not good. I'm going to do this so slow. Again, this is not even, I don't do this very fast. This isn't optimal speed run, no hit. True Arena. This is for your average John or Jane Doe. They want to play, if they want to beat True Arena, it's really possible with sand. Ice physics. I tell you, the slippery ice does make this fight much harder. You can get little pot shots as you fall. I think it's always a good idea. And he spawned right above me. Thank you, sir. And a very sloppy Hydriath down. I didn't get hit a ton. It just took a long time. Again, I see Doomers. I'm confident. I don't even heal, because there's Doomers. Yeah, these little things that are kind of timed explosives, you want to be careful with those. Stay in sand. Shield when you can't do damage, like here, just wait. There's no reason not to be in shield. It's not like you could be doing something else anyway. Again, there's no reason to not be in shield once they're gone and they leave their little patch here. If I'm not going to be able to do a lot of damage anyway, then there's no opportunity cost to just staying in shield. Because the Doomers never threatened the ground, ever, really, it makes them, unless they swoop, which I just got hit for because I was getting greedy, they're just easy. I'm going to pick up another health. Not because this next boss is especially hard, but I wasn't going to risk that, like, losing right there. Well, as you can see in the top left, I do have one of the potions that you get from Merry Magoland equipped, so I can use it if I want. You probably have some already just from playing the game. Go and equip them from Merry Magoland. Literally no reason not to. Again, this is not the bragging rights guide. This is just trying to beat it. You can equip that and have like a stash of extra health if you want. I don't know if I end up using it. I I think I might, but I don't think I end up needing it. Again, Sand's so strong. Sandcastle here. But then for the hat, I recommend you can't Sandcastle. It doesn't reach. So, oh man, I got beat up. I'm glad I took the health. So you just do a jump and then an up B. And you, again, he's completely vulnerable for so much of that attack. It's easy. Oh, and the Doomer, again, I don't think I'm concerned enough to grab health. Maybe I do. Okay, I grab some health. This is the Magolor Doomer. Very similar to the other ones. Shouldn't be too much of a concern. The Crowned Doomer. Get under. Up B. Almost half his health gone after one attack. Again, when in doubt, hold R. So I stay to one side because he's gonna come back. This attack in Magolor, it's like, oh, I gotta dodge this. You don't have to dodge it anymore. Just pop up when he's charging a move and go to town. I love when they're that close, but then they do all these attacks that are invincible. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so this is the Mecha Suit boss fight. I forget his name. I don't know any of the names. This one's really easy. It just is annoying. I think it's a bad boss fight. HRD3. These punches are only time you can really hit this phase, and they don't last very long. But whenever this boss is not punching, just be in sand. You can probably only get 4 at most per punch before the next punch is coming and you'll get hit. So just gotta be patient with this one. Again, I jump over it to dodge. That's probably how you're supposed to, but you don't have to do that. You could just hold R. See, look at that. Look how fast and kind of those punches come out. They're further than I think they're gonna be. You just gotta not get greedy, and this boss fight. A patient tactic with this boss fight will serve you well. And this second phase is even easier. I recommend just hold shield. Don't do anything. He's going to come bounce on you. And then Sandcastle. This is where your Sandcastle skills are put to the test. I was a tad close, though, when I started. But all these attacks will be out in front if you just Sandcastle right next to him. And then let him go by real quick. Keep Sandcastling. That second phase is like brain dead with sand. I remember this fight being hard, pretty hard in EX too, with like sword or something normal. But with sand, oh, okay. This next one, obviously there's no power-ups. You're just gonna have to learn this one. It's not too bad, and again, I think I play it pretty well here. I don't know if I get hit much at all. But you do it. You just have to learn this one. There's no way to cheese this one with sand because you don't have a power up. Because it's a shmup all of a sudden. Which I love. take him to one end of the screen, go to the other, take him to one end of the screen, take this, and then go to the other for that orb attack. I do a U shape, which I mess up I think next time, but yeah. I try to do a U shape on either end, because it never quite reaches the top or bottom of the screen, that attack. That's a little tough. That's pretty fast. But I had just enough health to like be able to just tank those. And you'll move on. Now we're on the last 4. I take the health here from the box, which I don't know why there's a box and then 2 mushrooms. Just have 3 mushrooms. Or tomatoes. Why am I calling them mushrooms? 3 tomatoes. Now Magolor is pretty easy. And you'll see why up B, not the sandcastle, is so useful, because Magolor throws a lot of these little energy balls. And you just immediately deflect all of them. But this attack is why you need to be careful with this fight, because if you get sucked into this black hole, you lose your power up, and that's how this is a run ender. Very easy fight. I almost lost it there, but it can end your run just if you get sucked into that. Be prepared for that attack. But all these, I mean, what is this? 20 seconds? Oh, you're gonna shoot a beam? R. If you can't hit the boss, there's no reason not to be in R. Okay, so secret edition that was not in EX, Galacta Knight. Love seeing Galacta Knight. It's always fun. And not too tough of a boss fight with sand, luckily. And I don't think I play this very well, because I don't think I played this before. Maybe once. I did not know the patterns, because this is a secret boss fight in True Arena only. Spoilers, I guess. But as long as you have sand and hold R when you think an attack's coming, and not let go right before the attack starts, like me, you should be fine. This, I love when he goes to the middle screen and you just up B. This attack especially. And then just R. Get a few hits, R. It's so quick. You can react to even Galacta Knight's fast moves. Oh, but if you lose it, again, if you lose it, that's the worst case scenario. I'm getting greedy here. I just want it over with, but I'm taking a lot of hits unnecessarily. When you can just hold R. It's got to be one of the easier Galacta Knights in the series. I'm not sure, though. I remember, I mean, I did True Arena in Forgotten Land. I don't know if there's a way to cheese that game as easily as this with the sand. But I remember it being much harder because of that. So this is the final boss in the Magolor epilogue. The tree of Adam and Eve tree has been added to this true arena for the remake. And this is, pretty tough boss fight with Magolor, especially if you don't grind abilities, which I didn't. But with sand, Master Crown. Okay. With sand, again, you can be invincible infinitely. Since there's only one fight after this too, you can take some hits. You're going to be okay. Especially if you saved up any of those potions right in the top left from Merry Magoland. You'll have plenty to get you through this. And I'm fighting the enemies for some reason. Again, I'm like, what am I doing? I'll hold R. Here I realize I'm not in a good position. I'm going to get hit. I'll just hold R. Take the L on the damage. Sandcastle can't quite reach, so I just hold R. Don't get greedy like I did at the end and you won't take that extra hit. That leads us to Magolor Soul, the final battle of the True Arena. I used my last health for that last fight, but I just, for safekeeping, okay, no reason not to. I used the potion. I don't even think I get hit. Though this boss fight also is pretty easy because it's Doomer-esque. But I have an extra, and why not? Here's the wormholes again, the black holes that you'll lose your ability on. Definitely. You get 2 on either side, so it's actually easier to miss, but you're so used to running to like the corner that you'll get sucked up if you do that. So just stay in the middle, because if you do, that's a run under. You even get a free apple in this fight. I didn't need it, but you do get a health regen. But don't want to lose sand. Losing sand in this fight, and you'll see a specific sequence later. I mean, look at it. I don't even have to worry. Like, I can't hurt him. I do like that the Soul uses, like, the Mecha and Sand abilities there because those are the new ones. Get some new attacks. But those attacks are worthless because you're invincible. Now, the Sand's not the only ability with invincibility, but the other attacks on Sand are so good, and the kit overall is just so fast and strong that it's what I like to use. Look at this attack. He just waits for like a minute, it feels like. You get to take out most of the health bar. So right when you flip upside down, you're then tested to dodge all these attacks, and you're clearly supposed to be disoriented, and this is where you lose, right? In this upside down sequence of this boss fight. It doesn't affect the shield, and so you don't even have to like expend the brain energy to dodge these attacks flipped. You just hold, you just get into your little mound of sand. And eventually, yeah, flips back and you're back to normal. And I imagine that would be pretty difficult without invincibility. Shocking, I know. So that is a no-hit Magolor Soul final boss of True Arena. Not because I'm good. It's because sand is good. That's the True Arena guide. I'm here to make this video for you, not because I'm really good at Kirby. It's because sand is really good in this game and will make your life 10 times easier. And that is it for the video. I hope this guide was helpful. Hopefully you're confident to jump in yourself and play it. And if you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe for more news, reviews, and guides for everything Nintendo right here on Nintendo Everything.